Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. It is in the hot seat and this is the final episode of the season. I'm super excited. I got to meet, I can't believe it actually, the final episode of the season. I feel like this past 5, 6 weeks went by so quick, but here we are, the last episode, and I have an amazing guest for you guys tonight, as always, because everyone is pretty dope that comes through here. But of course, without further ado, if you see me looking down, I'm just sharing the Facebook page onto my personal page. But other than that, I'm going to bring up our guest and have at it. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you're catching this replay, thank you for tuning in. Hello, Miss Madeline. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I am good. Okay. Well, I guess I will start. They can clearly see your business name, but could you please tell us who you are, where you're from, and all that jazz, a little bit about you?
Okay, so great. Thank you for having me. My name is Madeline Cameron, and I am the owner of all natural product business called Essential Her. Um, I am based out of Elgin, South Carolina, but I'm actually in Richland County, which is closer to Columbia. But the business is primarily online for now. So I make natural products, but I also do some other things that don't really seem related, but I do them anyway.
They end up mixing and mingling. I know all about
Right,
that.
right.
So could you tell us, right? Could you tell us how you got started with making products?
So it was 2018. I kind of had a life-changing event that left me. I was working in the corporate arena. I left that job, and I did not really want to go back into that. It was kind of like a spiritual journey where, one thing kind of led to another. I went natural with my hair. And then I just wanted to research more natural products because at the time I was having really bad breakouts, skin breakouts. I don't know how to describe how bad they were. But once I started using natural products, and the first thing that really made a big difference for me was I started making my own detergent and softener. And once I started doing that, I noticed that, everything pretty much cleared up within a couple weeks. So that's kind of how I got started. And then it just kind of grew from there.
Awesome. Could you tell us more about what kind of products you do? Like, is it lotions? Is it hair care? Or what is it?
Well, just kind of depends on what day it is. I have a wide variety. Actually, this year I'm focusing on trimming that back a little bit so that it's more aligned with my overall goal. But I make beard balms, which they're actually about as popular now as the body whip that I make. It's called Shea Moisture Whip. That is the most popular thing that I have. So it's like a body moisturizer. I make a lot of oils to kind of complement the moisturizers. I have a skincare 3 or 4 different skincare lines. I do natural deodorants. I can pretty much everything that I use for my personal care, I make it. I do have some hair care products. That's probably going to be on my trim list, but what is on the site now is what is currently available. And that's probably about where it's going to stay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so for the skincare, just in case, is there particular types of what's the question I'm trying to ask? Is there a particular, do you make it for everybody or do you only make it for certain skin types? There we go. That's the question I was trying to ask.
Okay. So I guess I would say it's made for everybody because it's all natural products. They're all natural ingredients. But I will say that I'm coming from my African American experience. My hair texture, I was the original problem, so I made it designed for myself and my family. But any skin, any group can use it. I have a line for eczema. I've got a acne line, and also if you want something customized, if you have a special need, I'm very happy to do. As a matter of fact, I like customizing things because I feel like the more personal you can get your product, the better. But I've had all, I won't say all, but I know I've had several different ethnic groups to buy from me, and I've gotten good feedback from them as well. So I'm pretty much saying that it can go for everybody. I think you just have to certain skin types. We may have to kind of customize something, but those are my favorite anyway. So.
Okay, you know I'm about to bring up these classes I've seen you do. Can you tell us about these classes?
So yeah, I guess that's part of I kind of at the end of last year, beginning of this year, I just kind of felt a shift, an internal shift. And the products, I want to say everything is about healing. The products, I love making them, but I feel also, and I'm gonna always make them. I also feel that there's another calling for me. And some of that definitely includes the classes. So for this year, I kind of took everything I was doing down before and regrouped it. And so now it's more of the first class that I have available for this year is a 4-part series. Um, and the way that it works is there's 7 of us, 7 individuals. So there's 6 openings for the class and then myself, and it's called the Essential Her Circle of Seven. And it's just where we walk through some exercises to kind of resolve some of our issues. And a lot of those issues are directly tied into our businesses and how our businesses run, um, how we approach our relationship with our business. So it's a pretty, I don't know, that's a pretty different type of group of people that I'm hoping to attract, especially females, especially female business owners, especially African American female business owners. I have felt personally for a while that the way that women do business and the more specific that you become, I feel like the truer this becomes is that the way that women do business, our intentions are completely different than men. And I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
times we take a lot of advice from men, and they have really good advice. There's just something different about the way we do things. And so I do want to target going after those issues for us, bringing us together. Um, this pandemic, especially, I've been through a lot of personal turmoil lately, but I noticed that it makes you feel, especially when you're an entrepreneur, it makes you feel isolated, like you're the only one
Mhm.
in that group of people. And so my whole overall goal is really to bring us together so that we will have our own support network. We may even be able to, I really feel that we can build our own financial network where and you and I've talked about this, is where we support each
Yeah.
other's businesses intentionally, so that we can be more self-contained, self-sufficient when times like these come up. The government's all over the place. You don't really know what's going to be next.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if we can get with a really good core group of people, especially women, we can have a base of support for ourselves that's independent of waiting on other people to decide how much we're worth, how much of a check they're going to send us
Right.
and things like that. So, uh, so that I'm
Yeah.
really excited about that. I'm also going to be doing a couple of speaking engagements coming up. And I, Adriana, this is exclusive on your show. I'm in the process of writing a book. I'm about 50% done. Yeah, and I'm hoping that that's further gonna. It's really personal. A lot of it is actually taken from my personal journals. But I felt like a lot of times, maybe when I felt isolated, that there had to be other women that were kind of going through the same thing. And it's just a further way to bring us together. I'm going to tell some of my bad behaviors. I'm going to put it all out there just so we all know there's no judgment. I mean, this is
Yeah.
an unprecedented time. So that's where my classes and the book that's coming out, they're going in that direction. And I'm thankful to the divine for giving me the insight and for just kind of dropping that, into the atmosphere of really tackling the isolation and really narrowing down our specific problems as female entrepreneurs. I know that was a lot. I'm sorry.
No, I was like, that's perfect. I was like, that's exactly like what, like we have similar mindsets. By the way, y'all, like she helped me do the pop up shop before I closed it down. So, by the way, I also wanted to bring this up. Were you still doing like events or classes on doing pop up shops? I know, like we're slowly trying to integrate into the real world or physical world or what do you want to call it, but so pop up shops are
Yeah.
starting to come up. But yeah,
Yeah. Definitely gonna trim way back on those this year. Last year was my first year and I went gung ho. And I'm aiming for some more balance this time. But I really think that the overall classes that we're getting into, they can really reach out to even the areas of pop up shops. The thing with the pop up shop class was that I really wanted us to be sure that we were getting our return on our investment for our time and our products and everything like that. And so I think some people came in wanting to like know how to decorate and stuff. I'm all about trying to get us more money and more business foundation and things like that. So I talk about more stuff like, how to not spend money when you go out there. That's not what you're there for. Stuff like, the vibe that you're putting out, the atmosphere, making sure you're being personal with it. It's more of those type of business tips because I do have a business kind of background and I think about the
yeah.
numbers behind it. So if I got a group of people who really wanted to do the pop-up shop, absolutely we could do it. I'm personally going to probably slow down on that myself this year because again, the spirit's kind of taking me in a different direction. So,
Yeah.
but I'm always happy to help with whatever I can share with other people. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, ma'am. Because I had someone wondering about that. But the third thing I wanted to ask, quite a few questions, so it's probably not even third. But so I pulled out a lot of information out of you. Were there any other projects or anything coming up or new products that we should be looking out for?
I'm always working on new products. I wanted to go back and revise my men's line because the beer bomb, I don't know, I have a good beer bomb following, so I went back and kind of played around with their scents a little bit more. Um Now, I also have another. You know too much about me. I don't like that, but I do have a. I'm working on another line of products. I've actually like already sent out testers, but it's more for your home environment. So there's the thing I like the most is I have this home deodorizer spray. I've got a citrus one and of course the lemon lavender. People love that. But I put it in the spray bottle and I put the little
Yeah.
there's beads inside of the spray bottle that have the actual scent
Hmm.
inside of it. So once you run out of your original deodorizer, you can refill it with water several times and it'll continue to give you the scent that you're looking for. And there's no toxins in it. It's just, basic ingredients. But if you need to kill pet odors, smoking odors, stuff like that. So it's called the Welcome Home line. It's Welcome Home by Essential Her. And so it's basically gift baskets where you can do, you get candle melts, you might get candles, you get the deodorizer, potpourri, just decorative little gifts that you can give that are a little more personal than getting them from a big box store. So I do have that coming up. You just know too much. The other thing, the other thing before before I forget, and I wrote it down, and I think I put it somewhere else. But I told you before too that I'm kind of taking a different take on how I approach my business this year. And so one of the things that I have done is I joined a new app called I think it's called Community app. Have you heard of it?
I think so. I might have heard of it.
Yeah.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. So it's basically I would rather have a group of people such as yourself who order, who support the business. I've always wanted to keep that group of people close, but I couldn't never figure out how to do it. But this new app, I actually can give out the phone number, and you can opt in for text messages, and I can send more personalized text, or like just say if you get an order, and something's wrong with the order, or you want to give feedback on the order, you can text that number, and it'll come directly to me. But it's more of a just a small community of customers that's just more in tune with my personality than being on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm excited about
Yeah.
trying that, and I'm gonna be sending that information out soon. So if you want to opt into that, you'll get a lot more response from me than on Facebook or Instagram. I'm sorry, I'm just not good at it.
Listen, it's okay. I was like, I'm getting to the point now. Like this Instagram got shut down, so it's like I'm starting from scratch, and it's just like I don't even feel like doing that or bothering with
Oh
it.
my
So I'm just
God.
yeah. That's why I kind of disappear, and y'all see like the new
Yeah.
profile like coming. It's me, but yeah. So that's what happened.
Mm,
Apparently, I went against their guidelines, but it's not
that's
about that.
crazy.
Anyway, so speaking of which, where can we find you online and stay connected?
So for now, of course, you can reach me on at my website. It's essentialher.com. I think they're trying to wean us away from the www, so you don't type in www. It's just essentialher.com. That's the website. My email address is essentialher20@gmail.com. Facebook is essential her, and Instagram is essential underscore her. And I want to give out my community number. I can't remember.
And
But
you can send it to me, and I'll add it to the description.
okay, okay, okay. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. So you can go ahead and if you put that number up, or I can send you the link, and you can click on it and opt in for text messages. I don't, I'm not gonna be blowing you up. You probably hear from me once or twice a month, but I do want to give people a more personal way to reach me. So
Mhm. That works. All right, ma'am. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you're catching a replay, thank you for watching. I hope you guys got to meet Miss Madeline. You connect with her online. Everything will be in the caption. And of course, thank you for watching the last episode in the hot seat. And I will be back in the virtual space. I don't know when I'm bringing this back, y'all, to be honest. It'll be sometime later this year, but it'll be coming back eventually. In the meantime, there'll be other lives, there'll be other cool shows. Y'all just watch the page and stay connected inside the group because that's where I mainly drop all the information at. I don't use the Facebook page that often, to be honest. So, all right, y'all have a happy Wednesday, and I will see y'all later.